What's going on, guys?
Poor guy.
Not much.
Nice one.
What's up?
How you doing, officer?
Is this your car?
Well, it's a rent right now. My car's been shot.
The Des Moines Police Department is currently embroiled in a legal issue after it was sued for the sum of $75,000. During the arrest of the plaintiff, it is alleged that the agency caused both physical and emotional harm to the plaintiff.
Taking off. Put it in drive and I.
Okay.
Yeah, officer.
So it's your car, though? Did they give you a
It's
fob or
not
something?
my car, officer.
Did
My
they
car
give you a
is-
key fob or something? Or?
You ready, record?
Yes, sir. Officer.
An investigation has been opened into this matter. Investigations and legal proceedings have been initiated so that we may determine how credible the claims are and ensure that justice is done for all involved parties.
Shake on the ground, and your buddy's giving me the idea that maybe he's got a gun.
Officer Kyle Tice, a seasoned law enforcement officer, handled a routine traffic stop in a manner that was both professional and efficient. He was concerned about the well-being of everyone and questioned everything from firearms to drugs in great detail. The unruffled demeanor with which Officer Tice approached the situation, as well as his continuous questioning of key topics.
There's no shake on the floor?
Officer.
No.
Okay.
It's
All
a
right.
rainstorm.
And you don't have any weapons on you, you said?
Officer, that is correct.
You don't got no weapons on you?
Officer, no, sir.
Go ahead and step out, Montre.
Actually, what I did?
Yep, I just told you why. 3 times. You want me to recap again?
Officer, look, my hands is up.
Yep, your hands are up, and now I'm asking you to step out of the car.
I gave you my ID.
Demonstrated his commitment to preserving public safety on the highways. Officer Tice's demeanor shifted, and he took on an aggressive tone despite the fact that the driver had been helpful up until this point.
Go to jail. I would expect you to please listen. I mean, I told you I'm a cop. Face the car when you step out. Face the car when you step out. Face the car when you step out. Don't flex. Don't flex. I don't know what you're doing, man, but you need to knock that off. I mean, your heart is thumping, dude. Like, you're beaten.
Officer, please, don't.
Don't what? Have a seat.
Okay.
Have a seat. I think that your buddy has a gun, so I need you to step into the car.
You think my
Step
buddy
in-
has a gun?
He's acting funny. Step in the car, please.
Officer,
If you don't step in the car, you're going to jail for sure.
Tice reached for his handcuffs while exuding an air of power, and he used them to bind the driver. Even if the driver cooperated with the officer's demands, the officer's actions nevertheless presented an unsettling display of power, and the unwarranted use of force frightened the witnesses.
When he's sitting there like that, like there's a gun right where you know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, like that's what happened.
The lawsuit was settled for a total of $75,000, with the city agreeing to pay each of the plaintiffs $25,000 as part of the agreement. Despite this, the ruling sheds light on prospective issues that may arise in the future in legal matters. Officer Tice is the subject of yet another formal complaint, and other law enforcement personnel have been accused of engaging in racial profiling and arbitrary detentions. The fact that the City Council did not pass an ordinance to outlaw pretextual stops means that a great deal of unresolved business remains. An unfortunate event that has stoked controversy led to the arrest of a black quarterback by a law enforcement officer who discovered bird droppings on the quarterback's vehicle. The quarterback, whose identity has been omitted to protect his privacy, was involved in an incident that took place after he parked his vehicle close to a nearby park.
Bird shit?
Yeah,
That ain't bird shit.
I promise you that's bird doo-doo.
I promise you it's not, though.
I swear to God that's bird doo-doo.
Well, I swear to God it's not, because I just tested it and that turned pink.
You can see it on the windshield.
That's not bird poop.
I swear to God that's bird doo-doo.
That's not bird poop.
I swear to
That's a lot
God.
of bird. That's a lot of bird shit, man.
I tried to clean it last night at the gas station. You can.
I can still wipe it off.
It's bird doo-doo. I like.
All right. Okay. No, I don't.
On the hood of his automobile, unbeknownst to him, a filthy deposit had been left behind by a flying bird. An officer arrived on the scene after receiving a report from a concerned resident and questioned the quarterback about the claimed damage done to his vehicle. The officer's questions focused on whether the quarterback was responsible for the damage. The officer made the choice to arrest the quarterback, notwithstanding his explanation, citing a questionable charge of vandalism as the basis for his judgment. Concerns have been raised as a result of the incident over the practice of racial profiling, as well as the disproportionate targeting of people of color by police enforcement. A substance that appeared to be cocaine was found in the vehicle that the quarterback was driving, which led to the controversy that surrounded him. However, additional testing established beyond a reasonable doubt that it was, in fact, bird poop and not an unlawful substance. The quarterback's reputation was severely damaged as a result of the fraudulent test results, which generated an outcry. The quarterback may now exhale a sigh of relief now that this information has been revealed, although at the same time, questions are being raised about the accuracy and reliability of the initial testing protocols. By 2010, the police crime lab considered discontinuing methamphetamine and cocaine testing kits. Technology and the need for more precise and efficient drug identification led to the decision. The outmoded kits typically produced equivocal or incorrect results, hindering drug-related prosecutions. To assure high-quality forensic analysis, the department sought newer, more advanced testing methods. This innovative effort is intended to improve the crime lab's ability to combat the ever-changing drug crime landscape and provide justice in the face of illicit drugs.
Yes, my ID. Sorry, yes, my ID, sir.
I don't.
Huh?
I don't.
You don't have any ID? Why are you filming me? Why are you filming me?
Am I being detained?
What?
Can I leave? Am I being detained?
For a moment. Why don't you go ahead and shut that off?
An uncomfortable situation develops when a man records an incident with a camera and focuses on a law enforcement official in the middle of the action.
No, actually, no.
Turn around and face away from me. Do you have any weapons on you? Do you have any weapons on you? Do you have any weapons, sir? Yes or no? Do you have any weapons? Yes. Answer me yes or no, please. Relax.
I don't consent to searches, sir.
I'm doing this for my safety. This is a pat-down search. I have no idea why you're filming the police department, the cars in the parking lot, or filming me. Leave it alone.
He addresses the officer with self-assurance as he asserts his legal rights and inquires as to whether or not he's being held against his will. His tone conveys a sense of resolve. There's a healthy dose of both doubt and suspicion in the air, as well as a strong determination to make sure that accountability is maintained.
What's your
Stay
name and badge
still.
number?
Okay?
What's
Just
your name and
relax.
badge number?
You got any weapons on you?
No, I don't. What's your name and badge
What's this?
number?
It's not a knife, is it?
I don't have no knives on me. I don't have no weapons. I swear. Can I have your name and badge number, please?
Yeah, I'll give it to you in a second.
Okay. I'm not doing nothing illegal, bro.
I don't know why you're filming us. Why are you walking along filming everything? Filming me.
Can I turn the camera around so they can see us?
No, turn around. They can listen to us. You got a recording. Leave it alone.
Why can't I turn the camera
Why
around?
don't you listen? Why do you have a difficult time following instructions? Why are you filming me?
I don't want to answer your question, sir.
Why?
Get your supervisor out here, please.
No.
1564 is your badge number.
That's my badge number. That's right.
Okay, 1564.
Yep. Detective Kyler. Kyler.
Am I being detained?
You're free to go.
I'm free to go.
Don't videotape me no more.
The man's steady hand and unyielding dedication to defending his rights are obvious, which attracts the attention of spectators and emphasizes the significance of individual liberties. As the footage from the camera continues to play, the unfolding dialogue highlights concerns about the precarious equilibrium that exists between personal liberties and governmental restrictions.
Okay, so why was I detained?
I wasn't the officer, I have no idea.
For filming, I was detained.
Okay. If you were filming around a government building, a city government building, or anything, I'd want to come and see who you are too.
Okay, under suspicion of what crime was I detained for, though?
I don't want to see why you're filming the police department. We don't know who you are or what.
Is it a crime to film the police department, bro?
No, it's.
What's your badge number? 604?
Yep. Want me to write my name down for you?
Yes, please.
Sure.
This is ridiculous, guys.
The individual kept his position and steadfastly refused to provide approval for any searches to be conducted on his person. He calmly but firmly emphasized to the police that he was documenting the incident for the sake of protecting his own safety. His commitment was steadfast. His palm was securely wrapped around the camera he was holding, allowing him to capture every scene as it happened. The individual recognized the possible hazards that could arise from interactions with individuals who held positions of authority. Nonetheless, he was a firm believer in the efficacy of openness and responsibility. His unwillingness to cooperate with the search request was motivated by a desire to safeguard his legal standing and make certain that an accurate account of the exchange was preserved. The camera served as his defense mechanism, recording an act of defiance for the sake of individual liberty and fairness. After questioning him for quite some time, the police officer decided to let him go. As soon as the man's shackles were taken off, the tension in the room subsided, but the incident left him with a bad taste in his mouth, and he decided to submit a formal complaint against the police officer. He felt his rights had been trampled upon and sought redress through the proper means. The incident was brought to light and the officer's actions were reevaluated as a result of the complaint, which prompted an internal investigation. By sharing his story, the man hoped to spare others from going through what he had. The ACLU supports people's rights to videotape police in public. The ACLU recently stressed law enforcement transparency and accountability. The organization reminded law enforcement officials nationwide that civilians have the right to film police interactions. The ACLU also empowered and protected anyone who recorded police contacts with detailed rules. The ACLU promotes recording to improve police-public relations. On November 14, 2022, an incident occurred at an SKLD Wyoming nursing home involving a staff member named Sue and a visitor named Michelle. Sue, the administrator of the facility, called the police on Michelle, accusing her of trespassing and taking pictures of her mother without permission. Despite Michelle's claims that she had not committed any crime and that the nursing home was a public facility, the police quickly convicted her of trespassing and detained her.
She's not on the trespass list, so. Officially trespasser.
There you go.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Sue. I'm the administrator. So we have a family member who had an allegation against her, and so we've reached out to her and let her know that if she wants to visit, we need to meet with the team here and figure out a way we can keep the mom from being. Her guardian does not even want her to visit, but we talked her into letting her. If we do supervised or promise that she won't take pictures of her mom and put them all over Facebook and TikTok and stuff because the guardian doesn't want that happening. She came in, refused to talk to me, slammed the door in my face, wouldn't let me in the room. So I don't know.
You want to trespass?
Yeah, at this point, yes.
way to get her out of
Until she will come in and meet with us and figure out what we
you
can
can always
do.
take the no trespass order away, but let's get her trespass. That's the
Because
only way
I don't
we're gonna
want
get
to.
her
I
out
don't
of
want
here.
to not let her see her mother, but she needs to do it so we can keep the mom safe.
During the encounter, Michelle argued that the nursing home, being publicly funded, should not be able to trespass on her without reasonable cause. She even mentioned contacting the facility's vice president, who allegedly stated that she had not committed any crime. Michelle believed that her actions were protected by her First Amendment rights, allowing her to visit the facility and take pictures freely. However, the police insisted that trespassing occurred because the nursing home, as private property, had the authority to restrict entry as they deemed necessary. They maintained that Michelle's refusal to cooperate and meet with the facility's team justified her trespass conviction.
Pretty much like anywhere, just like if you walk into a speedway, they can say, hey, I don't want this person here anymore. Doesn't matter what the reason for it. If they tell me that, and they want you they say, hey, I want them trespassed.
So when I come back tomorrow, I go to jail?
Yeah, you can't come back until you
I
figure it
will
out.
be coming back.
Okay.
And I already let the vice president and president, I spoke to them today. They said, we haven't heard anything. Well, then why are they doing this? You might want to call her.
Call them and tell them to talk to Sue then.
Correct.
That's the best you can do right now.
Yep, this is just I'm sorry, this is a fucking joke.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, but so don't come back on the property until you cleared up with the vice
I'm coming
president.
back tomorrow. I'll be here every day, and I don't care if I go to jail. I've already been told by lawyers, by the advocates that help Britney Spears. National News, the News 8, everybody's on this. So they've already told me, if you have to push the envelope, because that's just going to seal the lawsuit. Huh?
You're not going to be able to do that.
No, but it'll seal the deal when I'm getting arrested for no crime.
Trespassing ought to be the crime.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They can't say I'm trespassing when I've committed no crime.
That is the crime. That's what we're trying to type.
Michelle expressed her frustration and stated her intention was to return to the facility, disregarding the trespass warning. She believed that her case had gained significant attention, citing advice from lawyers and advocates who had helped Britney Spears. She asserted that pushing the envelope and standing up for her rights would strengthen her potential lawsuit against the nursing home. Furthermore, Michelle claimed that one of the police officers violated her Fourth Amendment rights during her detainment. She alleged that he forcefully tried to seize her phone while she was attempting to inform her children of the situation. Despite not having committed any crime that warranted handcuffing, she was restrained by the officer.
I'm not giving it to you.
Okay, well then you're going to be detained until we figure that out then.
Huh?
Then you're detained until we figure that out.
Why are you detaining me?
Because right now you have to be trespassed.
Okay, well, can I make one phone call?
Nope, you have to give me your driver's license.
I don't
just tell me your name.
you already know my name.
Okay, can you write down her name?
Oh my God!
Exactly how it's spelled.
So
until we can find you and we can figure out who you are.
Hold on,
Exactly.
I'm gonna call and let them know to pick up my kids that I'm being arrested.
You're not being arrested right now.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
being detained.
So detained and arrested are two different things. Being
Hold
arrested
on.
means that you've been charged for something. Being detained is temporary.
Hold on, I'm being detained
Okay. Do you want to?
because I won't give them my license.
All right. So what's
I've done nothing wrong.
What's your date of birth?
I've committed no crime.
What's your date of birth?
I committed no crime.
Okay, now you're being detained then. And then we'll get a fingerprint scanner and then we'll figure it out. Let go of the phone.
Randy, do you want to report to the police?
I'm not doing anything
Okay,
wrong.
right now, you need to
We're not
present
playing games with you.
identification.
Only
If
if I've committed a crime
Not
of
true.
reasonable articulable suspicion, and I've done nothing of the
So
sort.
right now you've been trespassed, okay?
Uh-huh.
So we need to identify you so we can
Uh-huh.
successfully trespass you
Uh-huh.
by doing our lawful job.
Okay.
Michelle's perspective on the incident raises concerns about the staff's handling of her visitation rights and the violation of her constitutional rights by the police officers. She intends to take legal action, asserting that her rights were infringed upon throughout the incident. In yet another troubling incident that occurred on October 31st, 2022, a visually impaired man named Jim Hodges was illegally arrested and detained by 2 Columbia County cops in Florida. The officers, Deputy Jamie Godey and Sergeant Randy Harrison, claimed that the walking stick Hodges had in his back pocket was a firearm, leading to his arrest without lawful authority. The encounter was captured on video by Hodges himself. When the officers approached him and questioned the object in his back pocket, Hodges explained that it was a walking stick. However, the officers insisted on obtaining his identification and detained him, citing their suspicion he was carrying a weapon.
What's this in your back pocket? I just saw you walking it.
It's a navigational aids. What's the problem? You a tyrant?
Yeah, I am actually. What's your name and date of birth?
I don't have to give that unless
Yes,
I'm
sir. I was investigating.
You have reasonable.
Do you want me to put you in handcuffs right now? Yes, sir, I do.
Hodges questioned the officer's authority and refused to provide his identification, stating he had not committed a crime. He asserted that his Fourth Amendment rights protected him from unreasonable searches and seizures without probable cause or a warrant. Despite Hodges' explanations, the officers continued to detain him and insisted on checking his identification.
Well, you're being one to me.
No, sir, I'm doing my job.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
It does not matter.
Yes, sir, it does.
Do you have a crime?
Would you like me
Call
to
your
put you in?
supervisor,
He's right
please.
here.
All right.
Don't you know?
Where was it stopped for? For a walking stick.
So-
And it could look like a weapon. She asked you to really present it, okay? Now she's asking me for ID. Okay. I don't need the ID unless there's reasonable articulated suspicion that I have committed a crime, am committing a crime, or about to do a crime. Sir, and her suspicion was that you were armed, okay? And she's asking you for your ID. Well, now she has verified that I am not armed, okay? So there is no problem. You have your ID or not? I do have my ID, but you don't need it, okay? You're on? Okay? Sure, you do that.
777. 77 Whiskey Mike 15. Oh, red wallet there.
Where's your wallet at, sir? I don't have a wallet on me.
Okay, where's your ID?
Where's your ID at? Pocket. Which pocket? You are not allowed to search me.
It's in this pocket.
There you go.
Thank you.
The incident constitutes a clear violation of Hodges' Fourth Amendment rights, which protect against unreasonable searches, seizures, and false imprisonment. Florida statutes define false imprisonment as forcibly confining, abducting, imprisoning, or restraining another person without lawful authority and against their will. In this case, the officers wrongly arrested and detained Hodges, despite identifying the object in his back pocket as a walking stick.
It's gonna be. I want your name and your badge number. You know, I'll put you in jail for resistance.
Okay. All right, let's go.
I want your name and badge number too, sir.
Have a seat.
You wanna pick my property up, please?
I sure will, after you have a seat.
You wanna pull this out of my back pocket?
Sure. Here, I'll grab your jacket for you, too.
After an investigation by the sheriff's office, it was determined that Deputy Godey and Sergeant Harrison had violated several department policies. As a result, Sergeant Harrison was immediately demoted and suspended without pay for 7 days, while Deputy Godey received a 2-day suspension. Both officers were also required to undergo remedial training on civil rights. Hodges has retained an attorney and plans to file a lawsuit against the Columbia County Sheriff's Office. He's also requesting a federal investigation into the incident. The case highlights the importance of protecting individuals' constitutional rights and holding law enforcement accountable for any violations. In this next video, in May of 2020, an incident unfolded in Columbia County, Georgia, where a man was filming a video outside the store. However, the owners of the store called the police on him, prompting officers from the Columbia County Sheriff's Office to respond. The officer in charge approached the man and requested his identification, citing a call about his videotaping activity.
Yeah, we got a call about your videotaping on their property. Do you have it?
No, I'm not on their property. I never step on nobody's property.
Oh, okay.
No, sir.
No, I just got the call.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
Do you have a driver?
Well, I don't show my ID. I don't do nothing wrong. You understand? I'm filming in public, giving people free advertisement, and they approach me. And if you could just tell them that I'm not doing anything wrong, and
Yeah, but you weren't on the property.
no, sir. I'm very careful not to do that. I'll pull GIS surveys, and been doing this a long
What are
time.
you videoing for, if you don't mind me asking?
First Amendment, protected activity. Just
doing like
yeah. Free advertisement.
Do you live around here? Are you from here? I'm
not from around here. Most people know me. I do this. I go around and, show people right from wrong from right. And, when they say they call the police, I don't leave. Yeah.
Checking on it.
Yeah.
But you were never on the property?
No, I'm very close. Never ever to do that. Matter of fact, as far as I was right there at the edge of the curtilage, the GIS survey starts.
The man asserted that he had not committed any wrongdoing and explained that he was filming in a public area to provide free advertisement. He emphasized that he was careful not to trespass or infringe upon anyone's rights. Refusing to show his identification, he relied on his understanding of Georgia law, which states that unless someone has broken the law, they are not required to identify themselves. The officer alleged that the man had trespassed on the store's property, despite video evidence proving otherwise. However, the officer persisted in requesting identification to potentially charge the man with trespassing. The man maintained his innocence and questioned the basis for his detention, as he had not committed any crime.
Unless I've broken the law, you don't have to ID in the state of Georgia. Am I being detained?
Well, for the moment, yes.
For what crime?
Till we find out what's going on.
To what crime am I being committed?
We were called because you were on their property.
Right, and he determined I wasn't.
Okay. Hang tight for just a minute. We'll get you out.
Am I being detained for an unlawful reason? Yes or no?
Right now, you're being detained because you were on their property, and we're trying to find out what's going on.
Okay, and I can prove that I wasn't on their property, and they can't prove that I was. Or, there again, issue me a trespass, I'll be on my way, and then we'll go to court, but...
A staff sergeant arrived at the scene, and the man recounted the entire incident, including his rights and the lack of any illegal activity. As the man spoke, the two deputies involved in the arrest stood by, seemingly embarrassed.
How are you? What was your name and badge number, sir?
Sure, it's Staff Sergeant Johnson, 93159.
Hey, Johnson. I was explaining to them, I'm out here exercising my rights, First Amendment right. Private property starts about 1.2 foot on the other side of that telephone pole per government document survey. Well, okay. Anyway, I did my homework. I'm down here giving some people free advertisement. They called the police to me. This deputy here legally detained me for 18 minutes and 32 seconds for no suspicion of nothing. He told me that I had to show him my identification to be trespassed. I explained to him I was on the curtilage of that road. Right there, their property starts at the front tire of that VW.
Okay.
And I'm trying to exercise my rights. Both of them gentlemen stood in a auditorium or courthouse with their hand on a Bible, and they swore an oath to protect my civil rights.
Yes, sir.
He's wanting my Fourth Amendment violated. He's wanting my First Amendment violated. And they called the police to me and lied. I got 28 minutes of video that shows me doing exactly what I'm doing right now on public property, exercising my right as an American.
So and any time did you go on their property?
No, sir. Look. He knows exactly who I am.
Which one?
To the left.
Okay.
And I told him I'm gonna file a formal complaint on him and him. And y'all have never ever had a problem with Columbia County.
Right.
Ever. And once you realize who I am and what I'm doing, and it really makes y'all look bad, man. And I'm illegally detained for no crime. That's a.
As long as you haven't been on their property, that's fine.
Absolutely.
Because you're outside their property, and you're legally doing what you need
Absolutely.
to do.
Can you explain that to them so they don't violate anybody else's rights?
And they don't want you on their property.
Absolutely. And I don't go on their
property. That's why they were just saying a criminal trespass warning. So you've been warned.
I've been warned the first time that don't get an ID. The second time you do. See, he didn't know that. He didn't know that. try to.
I'm good to go with it if you're.
Well, I'm good to go. Am I still detained? Thank you. Well, and thank you. I'll wait till y'all leave and then I'll leave.
The staff sergeant acknowledged the man's explanation and confirmed that he had not been on the store's property. The man expressed his intention to file a formal complaint against the deputy who detained him, citing violations of his Fourth Amendment rights and First Amendment rights. Eventually, the deputies conceded that there was no illegality in the man's filming activity and allowed him to leave without further detainment. This incident serves as a reminder of the importance of understanding and upholding individuals' constitutional rights, even during encounters with law enforcement.